Oh. Hi, Ernie.
Hi, Mario.
How are you?
Good.
Good. Oh, Mr. Allen.
Okay. Tomorrow we're going to learn in the shul at 5:15.
Oh, 5:15. Okay.
We're on Ayin Dalid. '74.
Mm-hmm.
It still would not get Yibum. It would be a suffix. We're not sure whether after she becomes an adult and he lives with her, he's finishing the Kiddushin, or maybe the Bia is connected to the Kiddushin he did when she was a Katana, and the Kiddushin was not good. So that's why you can't do Yibum, because we're not sure it's a full wife. There's only one woman involved. Uyat upligi. So the Gemara says also nami b'hakamifagi. Marsav adam yodeh shein kiddushin ketana klum. Everybody knows that when you give kiddushin to ketana, it's not meaningless. Therefore, when he had relations with her as an adult, gomar ubal l'shem kiddushin. He had in mind kiddushin when he did the bia. Umarsav ein adam yodeh shein kiddushin ketana klum. Not everybody knows that kiddushin of a ketana isn't anything. The chika baal, when he had relations with her later on as an adult, died of the kiddushin rishonim kabal. He had in mind the original kiddushin, which l'choram was not good. Itmar nami. We learn as well in the Barais from Rav Acha Bar Yaakov and Rav Yochanan. Hamekadish al Tanai uba. Someone who had kiddushin on a Tanai that she didn't have mumim, and then lived with her. So divra kol ina tzrichem men a get. So everybody agrees that the kiddushin is a bad kiddushin, and therefore no get is needed. A mistaken chalitza is a good chalitza. Now, ezoi chalitza mutes. What's a sort of mistaken chalitza? Amreish lakish kol she'omer lo chalotzla ubekachata koinsa. You say to a yavim, give her chalitza, and through that act you'll marry her. So Amrav, but we don't care about what he said or the t'nai. The act of chalitza is enough. Amrav Yechani shoyne bein shniskavinu v'lo niskavnihi. Whether he has kavana and she does not. Bein shniskavnihi v'lo niskavinu. She has kavana, he doesn't. Chalitza so psula. Ad she's kavnu shnei. The chalitza is not going to be a good chalitza until they both know what they're doing. The at amrit chalitza so ksher, and you claim that such a chalitza is a kosher chalitza. Alom Rav Yochanan, kol she'omer lo chlotzla amanashi teitel l'chom asayim zuz. Give her a chalitza, and when you do so, she'll give you $200. That's a chalitza good. That's sheira. Why? Kivin David Maisa achuli achli lisnoi. Once he did the act of chalitza, he abolished it tonight. Similarly, when he gave kiddushin al t'nai, but then he lived with her. He was moichal on all the time. Armale barbe rav shapir ka'amrin, is that correct? Where do we learn the laws of t'nai? Mitznai b'nei Gad uvnei Ruvain. When the b'nei Ruvain and b'nei Gad wanted to stay on the other side of the Jordan, so they made a t'nai with Moshe Rabbeinu that if we go into the land of Israel and fight, we conditionally will get this land. And it teaches us the following. to know the Efshel Lakim like they Shaliach. So this whole thing was given over to Moshe via Yoshua and the Zkanim. It was done via Shaliach. Ki hasam avitnoi tana. So a Tanai where the various conditions can be done with a Shaliach, that's a good Tanai. The lo yafshel l'kayum alidei Shaliach ki hasam. If you can't do it with a Shaliach, for example, Chlitza, you can't give Chlitza. The guy who is the Yavim has to do Chlitza. So therefore, law of Itanoi. So the conditional statements that were made related to the Chlitza that doesn't have any force. Because it doesn't fit the pattern of the Bnei Gad and the Bnei Ruvain. I afraid to more about Bia de lo yafshel l'kayum alidei shaliach ki hasam v'kohavi tonight. I thought you said that if you make kiddushin al tonight and then you boil her, if the tanoi is bottled, the kiddushim are bottled, and yet it's something bia cannot be done by somebody else. So the Gemara says, "Hasu mishum the iskus havoyas ladodi." The havaya of kiddushin through bia is compared to the kiddushin al yedei kesef u'shtar. Since kesef u'shtar can be done al yedei shaliach, so and therefore it would fit the parameters of Bnei Gad of Bnei Ruvain. So the kiddushin with bia is also considered can work with tonight.
Did the Torah say the negative on the Bnei Gad, Bnei Ruvain? Others, did they say if you won't go, you won't get it? It says so. But here, so what's but so it's not 100% here. All it does is he made the Tanai. If
this aspect of the Tanai is you don't have to have all the aspects of Bnei Gad and Bnei Ruvain, but some of the parameters is required, like the fact that you have to be able to do it via shaliach.
Yeah, but to go, but if they didn't, what happens is they don't have the negative part of it here.
You don't have to have a negative.
Oh, okay.
In order to make a conditional statement, you don't have to do it like the Bnei Gad. Some things we learn.
And you still can make a hekesh from that. You still can make a hekesh from that.
No, there's no hekesh there.
Or what is it?
It's learned.
You learn from it.
It's learned from.
Okay.
Correct. By the way, tomorrow we're learning at 5:15 in shul. And then we have slichas in the morning. So we're going to learn 5 p.m. Sunday afternoon. 5 p.m. Sunday afternoon. And then Rosh Hashanah, Monday and Tuesday, it's 5:25 at the shul. 5:25 at the shul. It's an hour before mincha.
That's right. Yeah, Ernie, some of the women have asked me, is it possible to postpone Saturday nights?
Yes, because of cooking.
Cooking, right.
Absolutely. Mario, please send everybody a message that we're going to postpone the Navi Shir Motzei Shabbos because Susie told me the same thing.
Well, the alternative is we should cook, but that's not going to happen.
Okay, but the alternative is that instead of having at 5 o'clock on Erev Rosh Hashanah, where everybody's busy tiered for Rosh Hashanah, why don't we have it Motzei Shabbos also? In other words, let's learn one daf.
The men.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hello, Ernie.
That's fine with me. We're gonna learn it. So you want to learn in shul, and then you want to learn Shabbos. Like at 8:30?
Yeah.
That's better than Sunday in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, fine. Let's do that.
Yeah, that's true.
No problem. Sunday as Motzei Shabbos, 8:30. No Navi.
Right.
Tell the Mario say we give the women a break because of Rosh Hashanah, and we'll pick up.
Otherwise we have to cook as well with them. So this way we can get out what we learn.
And then Monday and Tuesday in the shul at 5:25.
Anna.
let's say a woman owes Chaim Yankel $1,000 because Chaim Yankel loaned her $1,000. And Chaim Yankel says, you know what? You don't have to pay me back, but be Makadesh to me with the fact that you owe me $1,000. And we know Hamakadesh b'malva eina mikudeshes. You can't be Makadesh with his chayvus.
You're not carrying or anything.
Well, technically you're waiving a debt, but we learned and we're going to learn in Kiddushin why that doesn't work. Anyway, Makadesh b'malva ubal. And normally Kiddushin b'malva is not chal. We went ahead and lived with her. That's one case. Oh, he was Makadesh her al tanai that she didn't have mumin. And she had mumin ubal, or he was Makadesh her b'pochos b'shav pruta, which we know is not chal. Ubal. So in all these cases, Divra called tzrichai menuget. Here, the svar is going to be, everybody knows that these kiddushins are not good. And therefore, when he's boil her, it's mashma that he was boil her l'shem kiddushin. And therefore, it would require a get. Rav Yosef Barav, Rav Menachem Ravami, he says no. Only Makadesh b'pochos b'shav prutu ubal tzrichai menuget. But the other ones, no. Madua. In that case, everybody knows that there's no kiddushin pachos mishavar pruta, and therefore, when he did the be'iyah, he had in mind the same kiddushin. Aval bahanech toy, but the other cases, makadosh b'mav, those are complicated. Makadosh al t'nai, not everybody knows that those kiddushin are not toifas, and therefore, it's he was boil thinking about the original kiddushin, and the original kiddushin was not a good kiddushin. Therefore, he would not require a get, according to Rav Yosef. Or Rav Kana Mishmei Shel Ulo. Hamakadesh al Tanai Ubal. A man gave kiddushin al Tanai that she didn't have any mumin, and he had relations with her. Tzrichei menu get, which is like Rabbi Lazar, not like Ravami. Zaya Maisa. In fact, this was a case. V'lo koch b'chachamim lo tzia b'lo get. And the chachamim could not do it without a get. They weren't sure whether there was a chalos kiddushin, so they required mechumra a get. Now, this is lafuke mehaitana. This is to remove the thought that we would hold like the following Tana. It says by a soita that an Ashes Ish who is not raped, who goes along willingly, right? He loaned his spasa. She was not raped. Therefore, she had bia with somebody else with her free will. So asura, she cannot live with her husband. She becomes asur to her husband, implying Zushanispasa, the one that was raped, muteres, is allowed to live with her husband. However, yesh l'cha teres, she'avo bi shalonispasa, even though she was not raped, muteres. Ve'ezu, she'kidusha kidusha tos. That if someone was given kiddushin by mistake, and even someone had relations with her and she had a child, she doesn't need to get. There was a tosbi kiddushin. There was no chalois in the nesuin, even though there was bia. So therefore, we see clearly that kiddushin betos will not require a get. Ton Rabbanan. So a woman made a t'nai with a woman that she was not someone who had made Nedorim. And the truth is she made Nedorim, but Holcha Eitzel Chacham Vihitira, she went to a Talmid Chacham, the Talmid Chacham annulled the Nedorim. So Harehi Mekudeshes. On the other hand, if the husband gave her Kiddushin al manas that she didn't have any mumin, any defects, and before the marriage, she went Eitzel Rofa Veripota, she went to a doctor and the doctor got rid of her mumim, Eina Mekudeshes. So the question is, Ma ben Chacham l'Rofe? What's the difference between a Talmid Chacham and a doctor? How come in the Chacham's case, when he annulled the neder, we say that it's as if there were never Tanoim there. But when the doctor got rid of the mumim, it's still a problem in the Kiddushin. So the Gemara answers, Chacham, oiker es a neder me'ikaro. A person made a neder, goes to a Chacham, and he finds an opening, and he says, if you would have known this and this and this, would you have made the neder in the first place? The guy says no. So it uproots the neder completely from its roots, as if she never made a neder. So therefore, it's as if when he did the kiddushin to her, there was no neder. But a person goes to a doctor, and they have a wound, and he heals the wound. Well, it's only healed from now on. For the last 5 days that she had a wound, the wound was there. So you can't uproot the wound the way you can uproot the neder. Freit the Gemara, Vatanya, we have another brisa. Eitzel Chacham v'itira, or Eitzel Rofa v'ripo to Eina Mekudeshes. Brisa says no matter what, since at the time the kiddushin was done and she had done the dorim, or she had a mum, doesn't make a difference what happens. The kiddushin is not good. So why is there a kasha between Chacham and Chacham here? Amirav loy kasha. Harab Meir, Harab Elazar. Harab Meir Damar Adam Roitzer Shetizbaze Ishta Bebeis. A man doesn't have a problem if his wife's going to be embarrassed in Besdin. So when she goes to a Chacham to be matir the neder, that's not embarrassing to him. So therefore, Rab Meir would see the kiddushin as a good kiddush. But Harab Elazar Damar ein adam otzer shetizbaze ishta bebeis. Rabbi Elazar holds that a husband doesn't want her to go to Besdin to ask a Chacham. How come he didn't make for it? It's embarrassing. So even after the neder was mizbatel, the kiddushin is not good. Now, where is this machloikes regarding whether a husband is okay with his wife being embarrassed? This machloikes between Rabbi and Rabbi Elazar. Where is this? It's not. Amotzis ishtu mishum neder. A man gave kiddushin, but a man is married, and she makes nedorim, so he divorces her, and then he wants to take her back. Lo yachzir. He should not take her back. Now, Mishum Shemra, he has a bad reputation. Lo yachzir. So if he would have known that she wasn't really a shemra, or she hadn't made nedorim, he would have regretted giving the divorce. So that is a problem because it weakens the power of the divorce when he originally gave it to her. So we tell the guy that if you're divorcing her Because of neder issues or shem ra issues, you're never going to be allowed to take her back. However, Rabbi Yehuda Omer kol neder sheyodu barabim, if the public knows about the nedarim, lo yasir. But lo yoda barabim, if the public doesn't know about it, then yachzir. But Meir Omer kol neder shetzorach hakiras chacham, which is going to be an embarrassment, right? A person, if it requires chakiras chacham to be matir, he shouldn't remarry her. V'sheina tzarech chakiras chacham yachzir. Either way, he cannot be machzer her. And on Rabbi Lazar, loy asru tzaruch element neishen tzar. They didn't make a general gzeira. They made a low plug. They didn't say tzarech chacham or not. My time in Rabbi Yehuda d'chsiv. V'lo hikum b'nei Yisrael ki nishbul em nesiyei eda. The pasuk in Yoshua about the Givonim. We'll deal with this. We'll deal with this on Shabbos.
In the beginning of this Indian, it seems to imply that she may